Good morning, student. Today we will learn the second chapter, the three question. Let us read about a king with three questions on his mind and whether or not he received the answer he was looking for. So, we will start. It once occurred to a curtain king that if he always knew the right time to begin everything, if he knew who the right people to listen to verb and whom to avoid and avoid. If he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail in anything he might undertake. And this thought having occurred to him, he had to proclaim. Here, proclaim means announce publicly, means he announced his kingdom, who give his three questions answer throughout his kingdom, that he would give a great reward to anyone who would teach him what was the right time for every action and who were the most necessary people and how he might know what was the most important thing to do. And learned men came to the king, but they all answered his question differently. So king is not happy. So he in reply to the first question, some said that to know the right time for every action, one must draw up in advance of a table of days, months, and years, and must live strictly according to it. Only thus that they could everything be done at its proper time. Others declared that it was impossible to decide beforehand the right time for every action, but that not letting oneself to absorb. Here, absorbed means deeply interested in ideal pastime. Here, in ideal pastime means activities they are done for enjoyment only. Then do what was most needful. Other again said that however attentive the king might be to what was going on, it was impossible for one person to decide correctly the right time for every action. What that he should have a council of wise men who would help him to fix the proper time for everything. Then again others said there were something which could not wait to be laid before a council, but about which one had to once to decide whether to undertake them or not. What in order to decide that one must know beforehand what was going to happen. It is only magician who know that therefore in order to know the right time for every action, one must consult magician. Equally various were the answer to the second question. Some said people the king most needed were his counselor, others. So next page. The priests, others the doctors, while some said the warrior were most necessary. To the third question as to what was the most important occupation, some replied that the most important thing is in the world was science. Others said it was skill in warfare, and others again that it was worship. All the answers being different, the king agreed with none of them and gave the reward to none. But still wishing to find the right answer to his question, he decided to consult a hermit. Here, hermit means someone who lives alone and keeps away from people, often for religious reason. So, hermit widely renowned for his kingdom. The hermit lived in wood which he never quitted. Here, quitted means left a place. Quitted, and he received none but common folk. So the king put on simple clothes and before reaching the hermit's cells, dismounted. Here, dismounted means got off from his horse, leaving his bodyguards behind. He went on alone. When the king approached The hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. Seeing the king, he greeted him and went on digging. The hermit was frail. A frail means in poor health and big, and each time he stuck his spade into the ground and turned a little earth, he breathed heavily. The king went up to him and said, I have come to you, wish hermit, to ask you to answer three questions. Sorry. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I most need, and to whom should I therefore pay more attention than to the rest? And what affairs are the most important and need my first attention? The hermit listened to the king but answered nothing. You are tired, said